The battle is almost started. The war has almost begun. They dropped a 50 on us last year. And no, we did not forget. We didn't forget. We know all about it. All about it. Believe me, all New England fans and all the New England content providers are not letting us forget that they dropped 50. But this is a different team. Do they believe that? I don't know. Do they watch the tape? Do they know who we are now? I don't know. Maybe it's good if they don't. Unfortunately, I think Bill Belichick and the New England coaches take the game seriously, and I think that they're going to be ready for us, obviously. They're ready for the new Jets. They know it's the new Jets. But what are our players thinking? How many of them are still left? Well, we know that. We can name them. That remember the drubbing that they gave us. Does Zach Wilson remember? Does he remember the late hit, the cheap shot? Does he remember how it felt to throw those picks? Does he remember how it felt to lose to those division rivals and have them rub in our face in it? Is he going to respond? And what's that response going to be? What is Zach Wilson going to do? That's the question. And that's what we're going to talk about after we come back from my new promo. So pay attention to this because it's new. It's my new promo. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think. Just worked on it and put it together this morning. Here you go. Greatest co-host in the world. Y2K99. Get ready to rumble.
The tag team champions of the world.
My brotherly creeper
That is the best intro I have ever received.
the world. The Buffalo Jets man.
Yo.
George Fant is a barely above replacement level, pretty good left tackle.
How can you say
Compare
that when
that
he
to
was
him.
top 3 in sack percentage last year for left tackles?
And I think when in doubt, until you have better reason, go with the optimistic view. And our defensive line is going to be giving a lot of people some trouble.
But yeah, it's got to be, I'm with you. I don't like the Nathan's fries when they're like floppy. It's got to be like done really well, you know. It's very hard to teach 6'3" and 4.3 speed. That's very rare. The talent's there. He's just got to put it together mentally.
Right.
To get
You're a
on
cheater.
to you, I'm a cheater. So that was my new promo, freshly cut, right off the presses. Whoever just saw it, you are the first to see it. So let's say hello to some people in the chat. Why? Oh, there's so little because some of you kept the ASS word for some reason. It makes me click approve. And if I don't have a moderator here, there's no one here to do it. So sorry about that. Whoever did it, I must have not approved it on time. Huge Jansen was the first one here. What's up, Huge? Anthony G, what's up? Yep, we got a Jeff the F up. R&R is here. Jim Pak is here. Rod D is here. And Jin Pak is going crazy, telling me I'm not allowed to yell till we score. I'm just doing my intros, brother. Clutch is here. Kansas City Chief fan. What's going on? Silly Fun Guy. The Ramley Man is here. He's a Ramley man. And he's a very nice Ramley man and a very good Ramley man. Takes care of the people he's supposed to. Let's see anybody else. Let's see if I can free anybody from their chats that won't show up. See, smash the Patriots. I had to approve for Rich. Can you believe that? Like, how sensitive is YouTube? Smash is suddenly not a good word. It has to be approved by the moderator. You I don't know what's going on with this world that we can't just simply say smash the Patriots without having to have to go through tons of review. But Rich, that's what they're making me do. So what can I tell you? Salah's going to remind them. I hope so. I hope that it is insane. It's absolutely insane. You know what else we could smash? We could smash the like button right now. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Help the algorithm get more people in here. The more the merrier. Let's make the party bigger. We went a little crazy last week with our party. Let's see if we can get it going again. You never know. From week to week, it just changes. It goes from week to week. But anyway, this is the game that a lot of us had marked on the calendar. I mean, there's all kinds of games you mark on a calendar, but it's Patriot Week. And what does that mean? It's Patriot Week. What it means is this is the test. And I'm not saying it's the test of all tests that decide our season. Obviously, it isn't. But we have not beaten this team in a long time. And this is yet one of those things that we can do to break a streak and continue to change the narrative of who we are. We changed the narrative of the Jets don't win in September. We changed the narrative of the Jets don't show up in the fourth quarter. We changed the narrative of the Jets defense is no defense at all. We've changed a lot of narratives. And, we were 32nd in defense last year. I can't wait to hear what we are now. I mean, I don't know if we're top 15. We might be after last week's game. We might be top 10 for all I know. Although there's lots of different measurements. The point is what a turnaround. So there's other streaks too that we broke. We broke the haven't won a division game in 2 years streak by beating the Dolphins. So that streak ended. We had a bunch of good streaks end. But now, this is the streak of all streaks, right? Beating Belichick again. The feeling of beating the Patriots, walking off the field victorious, and getting to rub it in their face. Anthony G says, are we going to dress 47 quarterbacks this week? I heard that something about Streveler being moved up. So the big question is, there's a couple of possibilities. The most likely, obvious possibility is they have some plays for him in the Wildcat or something. Or, I don't know. Maybe it's a little gamesmanship. I don't know. But we're going to see what happens with that. We see also McDermott, I think, was activated or called up from the practice squad. So I have theories. I do have theories. We're going to find out if they're inactive or active. One theory is we are heading towards the trade deadline. And during the trade deadline, teams open up roster spots when they trade players. And it could be that we're protecting players that because they're not safe on the practice squad, they can get poached. Now, who would poach Connor McDermott and why would we want to protect them? I don't know. I'm just trying to give another explanation other than we're going to somehow have need for these guys, tomorrow. Now, bringing Streveler up is odd, but we know that he's a guy that right away, when he was playing in preseason, all of us were saying it right away. There's a common theme. He could easily be a tight end. Everybody was saying it. Like, oh, man, make him a tight end. Make him a tight end. I don't know, but Wildcat, snap the ball directly to him. Why not? So we'll see. We'll see if he dresses. We'll see if they give him any snaps. The guy wins. I know he wins. People say he won. There's a lot of quarterbacks who win in the preseason, right? And then you bring them up and you stick them in a game, in a real game. And it doesn't look the same when they have, guys like Judon breathing down their neck. But we'll see. Because there's also no evidence that he can't be a great quarterback. There's no evidence because all he's ever done is what we asked to him, and he's done what we've asked of him and more. He's done it very well. So while it's a good point to say he hasn't done it against number ones, he hasn't done it in a real game, it is also fair to say he hasn't showed any indication that he can't do it either. There's no evidence that he can't do it. So we can all agree to that. Been saying all week, I got a bad feeling about tomorrow. Of course you do, you grump. Did you read any future mail or something that you were delivering that like gave away the results early or something? I know you got a bad feeling. Look, I'm nervous every time, right? Every game. New England especially, because losing to New England hurts more. But you know what else? Beating New England feels better than when we beat any other team. So, yeah, Richie Rich is here. Silly Fun Guy says 27-13. How do you like that from the Rams fan? The Rams fan is a believer in the Jets. So we got to love that. Other fans having perspective, from outside perspective, seeing us as a good team. Could Trev be used as a decoy, like psych them out? Well, it might be gamesmanship, right? Because do we really know who's playing quarterback for New England? Of course not. Do you think Mac Jones is definitely playing the whole game after what we saw last week? Right? So we have to get ready for both. That crazy Bailey Zapp guy might come in. He came back to earth last week. You know, he came in and he scared me. When he came in and got the 2 touchdowns, I said, oh, my God, they got like the next Tom Brady. Are you kidding me? This is like ridiculous. Is this really happening to us again? And then guess what? Chicago crushed him, right? And he was making bad decisions and everything. And I think the honeymoon ended for him. So I'm not as scared of him as I was, because guess what? Just like Chicago did, if they want to put Bailey Zapp in, we just got to bring the pressure, bring the heat, see how he reacts. Yeah, Belichick is always going to have something up his sleeve. It's just that he didn't have something up his sleeve for Chicago. So we'll see. James Longo says, Egghead. That's me. Hope the Jets play Jets football. Don't get so cute. Just be the more physical team. Let's go, Jets. Yeah, sometimes we do get too cute. At least I think. My opinion, too. I think we get a little too cute. I don't think we have to get too cute. I think that we have a really solid team, even with the injuries. It hurts. We're not as good without AVT. We're definitely not as good without Breece Hall. But we have a very good running back in Michael Carter. If James Robinson plays, he's very good. The problem with Ty Johnson, he's just hit and miss. Ty Johnson could come in and be great, or he can come in and fumble or drop passes all day. So if Ty Johnson comes in as the good Ty Johnson, he could be very explosive too. Our running game is not a problem. And their best defensive tackle and run stuffer, I think, is out, and their best safety run stopper is out. So they got their 2 top run stoppers are out. The only problem is they have a system, and they're more of a system team than anything. So we can't just assume we're going to run all over them. But I think there's a good opportunity there. I would like to see a more balanced attack, though. I want to see some passing. I don't care if it's the pass setting up the run or the run setting up the pass. I just want to see a more balanced attack. I want to be able to show. I want the offense to show it can hurt teams in multiple ways. Let's just say that multiple ways, not just one way. Not if they stop our run, we lost the game. We can't have that. Yeah, he needs one more to have the record, the Hallis record. Right? He needed one more against Chicago, though, didn't he? But did he get it? No. Look, I know week to week, we've seen teams flip it. Like Salah made a good point in his press conference. He said, look, we got crushed by them. You know, after the Atlanta game, we came back from London, we got crushed by New England. And then the following week went in with our backup quarterback and beat the Cincinnati Bengals. So we can't take last Monday for, too much for granted, but I think that we definitely looked at a lot of tape. There's definitely some exposure of weakness there. And I'm sure we looked at the tape of their Detroit game where they played really well, right? And they crushed Detroit. I'm sure that, of course, our guys are looking at all that tape. What do they do well? What do they not do well? We know them. We know their coaching staff. We know the system that they run. But Belichick does have multiple facets to that system where he makes adjustments to attack his opponent's weaknesses. So what I think he's probably going to identify Zach Wilson as the weakness, which is what I want. Identify him as the weakness. Go ahead. Now, the problem is that he's going to send Judon. He's going to stick him over our right tackle. He's going to move him around, and he's going to try to create hell for Zach. So what we're really going to have to do is get very creative, quick slants, quick passes, help Zach get rid of the ball, have him roll to the left or the opposite side of Judon. We're going to have running backs chip. We're going to have tight ends go over and help. But we have to keep this guy contained, because if not, you're just going to see Zach run for his life again. And then people are going to incorrectly say Zach stinks or he's not working out, because they don't understand in football that no quarterback can snap the ball, be under pressure immediately, and have success, because the receivers need time to run their routes to even have a chance to be open. And he needs to be able to focus on that, not see a guy running at him to kill him. So people just have to understand that. We need to block for him. Otherwise, we need to call plays that allow him to snap the ball and quickly release it, which he can do, and I don't know why they're not doing more of it. Who knows? Who knows? Sometimes you don't like to spill all the candy in the lobby. Teams are very strategic over the course of a season. Maybe they're going to unleash that part of our game. I don't know. Maybe they set it all up for today. Let's see if we can win with our run against Denver and Green Bay. And New England will get used to that's what we do. That's what they'll play and focus on. And then we'll open up the slant game and just have quick slants to these quick guys. Wilson, Elijah, Berrios. I hit the mute button just in time, so you didn't have to hear that sneeze. But you got to see it. You got to see it. Run the ball down Judon's throat. Batter Judon. Yeah, look, it's not a bad point, right? I mean, run at him, hit him, make him get physical, like hit him. You know, bruise him, wear him down, tire him out. Thank you, Huge. You know, do what you got to do, wear him down so he's not as effective on the rush. But we gotta control him. We gotta control him. Well, if he over pursues, that could be a good thing for us. Right, Bears exploited that with RPOs right at him. Yeah, and if he over pursues also, and Zach gets around him, then yeah, we got some space to work. We could definitely try some screen passes. I don't think we've tried that all year. It doesn't feel like it. I think early in the year we did, and we were actually okay at it. Yeah, well, he definitely has to be accurate, you know, and we know he can be. There's absolutely no question that he can be accurate. We just need him to show up and do it. Be accurate, you know. The capability is there. I've seen it a million times, like in college and in the NFL. I was muted all that time. So I wanted to respond to this. Look, I don't think we have a perfect team because our offensive line is certainly not perfect because of the injuries. Our running game is not perfect because we lost our elite running back. And Corey Davis, who happens to be our most productive receiver. And when I say that, I mean with blocking, not just catches, but he's the veteran guy. He's been the reliable guy that does everything the best. That's right from Salah's mouth. And he's not there. So we're missing three really, really just, maybe our three most important players outside of Zach Wilson. I mean, AVT, Breece Hall. Breece Hall's our best offensive player. He's out. AVT is out. Arguably our second best offensive player. And then Corey Davis. That's not good. Not good at all. So I don't know. I don't know if I'd say we're the perfect team, G. I think we're really good. And I think that we're deep enough to overcome those injuries and still win. But I think we're much better with those other guys. Hey, I'm going to play now another promo for you guys, another new promo, so you can see some footage from the home opener as I run and get some tissue. Here you go.
We are live. We got Harry W. We got Richie from Jets Media, Matt O'Leary, Iowa Jets fan, we're in the house. We got Dom C in the house. We got Steve, live CEO of the Jet Lounge. So I knew I'd get rich on my channel. See what's going on. Yeah, there we go. Woo.
Jets by $1 million today.
Yeah.
That is one of my new promos, the live promo. I hope you guys liked it. That was all taken from footage from being at MetLife Stadium for the home opener. We were, most of that footage was from the Jet Lounge area and parking lots. I think it was E at the time. And we were eating and having a good time. And you saw all the big YouTube guys were there. It was pretty cool. And hey, Jim Pack, if you're going to the game, find the Jets Lounge guys. Find out where they are. Go on Twitter and find out where they are. They're usually on E or F. But if you wanted to, you don't have to bring food. You just buy a ticket or something. And there's really good food and like Jet fans hanging out and everything. All kinds of cool people. You'll probably meet some other people that you recognize from the chat here, or from Green Bean's channel or Matt O'Leary. So it's cool. Stephen Engel says, GVH, the exact reason why I have a bad feeling about tomorrow. Why? What did he say? Zach fell in love with Corey Davis. Yeah, but you know what? Maybe it could be the awakening. Maybe it could be Elijah Moore can play. I should throw to him more. Garrett Wilson's pretty good. I should throw to him more. Maybe it's going to force him to stop being so player obsessed and just go through the progressions and throw it to the guy who's open. I don't know. But he needs time to throw the ball. I want to go back to that. We can't forget that. You gotta before you blame Zach for anything, you gotta look at the time. It should be 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. If he gets that much time, then it's like it's not a time thing. Like he should be able to find, if somebody's open, he should be able to find somebody in that speed. Yes, that's how fast the NFL is, at least that fast. Then the other thing he needs to do is we need to look at after the game. It's hard to see it during the game, but with the all-22, you could see if anybody was open. And then you could that's the only way to really judge a quarterback. Do they have any realistic time to read through the progressions to see who's open? And then you have to look back and see, was there anybody open? The other thing is we have to look for him again with New England. They are a defense that will give up something to take away something. So we saw Zach do that in the past. He didn't take what they were willing to give him. If they're willing to give you 5-yard passes to your running backs or your tight ends, little slants, if they're willing to give those short yardage plays up to take away the bigger ones, you do not get greedy. He got greedy last year and he threw a pick and they set that up just as Belichick had planned it. You have 2 guys coming across. One guy they left wide open. And they gave the illusion that Corey Davis was open, but the linebacker was ready. Read his eyes, went over there and picked it off. So we got to be better than that. Zach's got to be better than that. Vino's here. What's going on, Vino? It's our weekend warrior. Usually shows up on the weekends. I hope it's loud. People are supposed to get into the stadium early. That was what was requested. Get your butts into the stadium early. Make it loud. Make this center who's never played in front of a crowd in the NFL because he only played a few games in the pandemic. Make this backup center nervous. Make it loud. Make it hard for him to hear. Right? Absolutely. We need to take advantage of our home field advantage. We need to take advantage of our advantage. We certainly know how to win on the road. Let's get consistent and start winning at home too. So it's got to be really, really loud, right? We don't want it to be easy for him to call and change plays. We want them to you have to probably waste a timeout or two. Wouldn't that be great? Having them so shaken, they have to call timeouts. There's no better way to get in the head of the players and a quarterback to force a timeout when they're coming out of the huddle and they're lined up and he's yelling his audibles and then he has to say timeout. I can't hear a thing. Maybe you get, we'll see. We'll know right away. If you see that center do a miss snap when they're not ready and that ball goes to the ground, you will know it's because of the crowd. And that will just pump the crowd up more. I'll tell you what else will pump up the crowd. A sauce pick and a sauce pick 6, even more. And I'm wondering if Belichick is going to go after Sauce. Every week, I think this is the week we're finally going to see it stop. We're finally going to see the other team just wave the white flag and say, do not test this kid anymore. It's not worth it. And every week they test him. Every week it feels like there's at least two deep passes in the end zone, specifically targeting and testing Sauce Gardner. I don't know what they're thinking, but I noticed that every time that play happens, every time they're going deep against him, he's getting more and more experienced and skilled at getting his shoulder around and turning around, and that's the key. That's the thing that will prevent the penalty that we do have to worry about. Especially in the beginning, he wasn't turning around enough, but as Sauce Gardner turns and angles his body, as soon as that ball starts to get there, it's a timing thing, like reading the eyes of the receiver and then spinning around to go for the ball, and then boom, you don't have to worry about PIs nearly as much. So they're testing him. I wonder if Belichick is going to test them. We're going to find out. But I like when they test them because he's gonna be one of those guys that just, like, if they keep testing him, he's just going to start getting lots of picks. And even Salah said he's getting closer and closer to that reality where he's going to start picking the ball. And if he starts tracking that ball and turning around a little bit faster, that's exactly what you're going to see happen. Because he's the better athlete. He's going to win the contested matches against those wide receivers. He's got skills. He's got mad jumps, hops, whatever you want to say, however the kids say it today or used to say it. The kid is a stud, and he is going to beat out receivers for balls. So please keep throwing his way. Other teams, keep testing him. Just like Salah said, keep testing him. Keep testing him. Buffalo Jets fan is in the house. Good to see him here. He's the man. He hasn't seen my new promo video yet, so wait until he does it. Wait until he sees it, because, well, I won't say anything. But watch my promo video, Buffalo, in the beginning, like the trailer video. Like when you get a chance, watch the beginning of this video and watch the first video I played. I think you're going to get a kick out of it, even though no one's commented on it. No one said fire or anything nice. Kind of hurts my feelings. Rich is saying I should play it, but I don't know if it's smart to play it again. People might say this guy's a joke. Why he keeps playing his trailer promo video? I don't want to stay and listen to this guy. Zach flips it to MC, who flips it to Emore, who flips it to Strevler, who throws it to McDermott. It's a beautiful play. The problem is you don't want to do those trick plays against New England, because New England is very, very disciplined. They've made teams look very stupid, very, very stupid trying to do pick plays. It's going to be you don't catch them with 13 men on the field. You don't catch them on those things. It's the one thing you have to understand about them. Their strongest strength of any strength that they have, the strongest strength is they are disciplined as F. They are very, very disciplined. We just have to beat them. You know what I mean? I don't know what just happened. I was trying to click. It's Salty's fault. All I was trying to do was highlight this chat to say hello to Salty, and I literally got thrown out of my own stream. So it's Salty's fault. Salty Nalty just got me thrown out of my own stream, but I'm back. Rich really wants me to play it. I don't know. Are there new people here that want to see it? Rich really wants me to play it. I want Tigo to see it too. So, and Jets Mess didn't get to see it, and that's my boy. So maybe I should play it. He's Secret Wrench. It's damn darn gremlins. Those darn gremlins get you every time. Anyway, guys, I'm going to play it one more time. I'm going to play my new promo. Here goes nothing. You ready for it? I hope Buffalo. I hope you're still here. Here's the new promo. Greatest co-host in the world. What's 2K99? Get ready to rumble!
the tag team champions of the world.
My brotherly back.
That is the best intro I have ever received.
The world. The Buffalo Jets man.
Yo.
George Fant is a barely above replacement level, pretty good left tackle.
How can you say
Compare
that when
that
he
to
was
an-
top 3 in sack percentage last year for left tackles?
And I think when in doubt, until you have better reason, go with the optimistic view. And our defensive line is going to be giving a lot of people some trouble.
But yeah, it's got to be. I'm with you. I don't like the Nathan's fries when they're like floppy. It's got to be like done really well. You know, it's very hard to teach 6'3" and 4.3 speed. That's very rare. The talent's there. He's just got to put it together mentally.
Right.
To get
You're a
on
cheater.
you, I'm a cheater. I don't know why I decided to do the ending of the promo with like the Cheers music. Like, don't you just imagine like the show, TV show Cheers just ended and they just play that music on the piano? I don't know. Your video was glitching. It might have been just my promo that was glitching, but that's what happens when you slice together, lots of little things. Yoitzvin, what's going on? It is time to go. Like, we need to go. Let's go. We need to win. Tomorrow needs to be, your dog. It needs to be the day that we play our best game. Injuries and no injuries. I don't care. I do not care. There's no excuse. Like, we have to show up, even with the injuries. We just have to find a way to show up and win. We still have good running backs. Our offensive line might struggle, but we just have to figure it out. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. Oh, Buffalo. Yeah, you made it. I made the other one way before I even knew you. So now, Buffalo, you're in the promo now. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Got somebody new in the chat. What's going on? Relicu. Or Kuchi Relicu, or however you're supposed to pronounce it. Penalties got to stop. I agree. We have got to stop with the penalties. Absolutely. I'm glad that there's an early game. Aren't we the early game? That's what you meant to say, right? Because I have to know these things because I have to know if I have to be ready by 9:40 a.m. to be on Green Bean's channel to get ready to go. I'm pretty sure it's the early game. I think we only play in the afternoon twice. G, I love that name. Yeah, what's up, G? What's your opinion on James Robinson? I think the fan base is collectively underselling him. I really think he could be a really dynamic lead back for the rest of the season. I think he's going to be part of a 1-2 punch, but it's possible he could be. It's definitely possible he could be number one though, because they go with the hot hands. So if he starts playing like much better, but Michael Carter's really good. It's going to be hard to get him out. But there's some things I love about James Robinson. I'll name some. James Robinson, and some of this is going to sound familiar and stolen because it is. James Robinson has had in his career 8 carries from the 1-yard line. So 8 times he's been given the ball on the 1-yard line for a goal line stance. And 8 times he scored a touchdown. James Robinson, and Dom C on Wednesday, on my Wednesday video, showed the footage of it, is I don't want to say elite because I didn't see enough footage, but an excellent blocking running back for pass protection. Like, excellent. Really, really good. James Robinson is single cut. Like, he's a one cut and go, hard runner, north-south runner. Perfect for an outside zone blocking scheme, which we have. He got over 1,000 yards rushing on a crappy 2020 Jacksonville team who had a crappy offensive line.
He makes yardage out of nothing. He fits into our prototype that we're used to, like a Michael Carter that doesn't go down on first contact. He's a good receiving running back. He's had seasons, I think, where he had over 400 receiving yards, 50-something targets or something, like really impressive receiving numbers. So he can catch, he can go out for passes, he can run routes, he could do all that stuff. He's good. There's no insult to him to say we took a big loss, though, with Breece Hall, because Breece Hall is better than good, right? Breece Hall is extremely special, like top level. He was going to probably prove to be top 3 running back in the NFL, in my opinion, by the end of the year. I honestly do think that he was on that path. I think that he'll prove it next year, as long as he comes back fine from the injury. Always a little nervous about that, but we'll see. If we end up with all 3 running backs, Breece Hall, Michael Carter, James Robinson, hey, what a team will be. 3-headed monster, right? Nothing wrong with that. What is this? I like the promo piano conclusion. Good contrast to the screaming part. Yeah, I guess. What London game is tomorrow? Not ours. Is there a London game tomorrow? And whose? When I say 10 a.m., Nick, maybe that's why I'm confusing things. When I say 10 a.m., it's because I'm on the West Coast. So that means 1 o'clock for you guys, the early game. The London game. It's a London game for me almost every week is the London game, So that's my reality. Hey, it's my biggest fan, Jets Chaos, laughing out loud. What's going on? I love this kid. He's hysterical. Just running all around the place with the gold chain banging around. He's like, I live in St. Louis, but he's like Bay Ridge, Brooklyn Italian living in St. Louis. I can just imagine him walking into restaurants. Hey, everybody, what's going on? And everybody in St. Louis is like, I don't know how he is speaking or understand what he is trying to say, but we are sitting here with our very crappy Italian food because we know nothing about Italian food. And then of course, Gino Jet fan says, hey, forget about it. You got to get some fresh money. Okay, enough with that bit. But what's going on, Italy Jack? Good to see you. He's in St. Louis, guys. We got people everywhere. J-Rub's good, not better than MC. Not better than MC in my opinion. J-Rub is good, though. Huge pickup. So we'll see. We'll see. Hot hand, baby. Hot hand. We'll see. We never saw James Robinson on this team. So we just have to see. Oh, they're holding another one for review because he says assholes. Okay, let me fix that. I think we can have it. I don't think that's so bad. Here you go, Maddie. Get you up there. Get you recognized. Stupid baby shower. Yeah, I can understand using that word because you got really they're gonna have a baby shower. Unbelievable. Do it on a Sunday during football Sunday. Who's the husband? Who's the father? The father let that happen? You know what we call that? Whipped. And you know how that sounds? Shipsh. Ah. Shipsh. Ah. Shipsh. Ah. Yeah. You don't do a baby shower on a Sunday. You just don't do it. And since when do guys have to go to baby showers? Can we knock that stuff off? That's the women who do that stuff. We got to go to baby showers. She figure out how long the string is that fits around her belly. But it's the game that we play. I'm sorry. I don't want women to hate me, but give me a break. We got better things to do, all right, than playing with string. We have to yell at a TV because we're watching other grown men play football, if you don't mind. Carter, 100-plus rushing yards, and Garrett, 100 receiving. Book it. All right, I'll book it. I'll book it if you hold it. Jets running playbook is pray for a running lane. Let's be a little bit more optimistic and positive thinking. Let's be more forward thinking, John Nolte. What's up, Rich? Please, thumbs up. Oh, yeah, like it. Like the video, please. Appreciate that. When used, James Robinson delivers. I agree, man. I don't know who in the chat doesn't think he does. Watch the tape. The kid is good. Oh, wow. Rich just subbed. I love it. I didn't know you weren't subbed already, so thank you. I'm coming on 2,000, so every sub helps now, Rich. Tell your friends. Loving the thought of hitting 2,000. Did Brees have any injury issues in college? Not that I know of, because he went on a 26-game or 25-game streak of a touchdown every game, Nick. So that's at least 25 college games where he was played every game and didn't get hurt. So, look, it was just, you saw how he got tackled. That's anyone in football. It's just bad luck. It's not an injury-prone thing. It's like, he got tackled by two guys, and that's what happens when two guys get you at the same time. It's not on purpose, but, everyone's obviously going after a player. And a lot of times if you grab a guy and hold him still, your feet get planted. And if another guy hits you at a different angle and pushes your leg in the wrong direction than the other guy, our knees are, our ligaments are not made of steel. So it's very, very unfortunate and very unlucky. Braxton also delivers. 9:30 Eastern. You can't tell. There's no way we're playing in London. We're not playing in London this year. Why do you guys let me look at this. If this is true, I'm going to kill Green Bean. Because I didn't know that. So you tell me I'm going to have to wake up crazy early in the morning again tomorrow? That's 6:30 for me, guys. It's not funny. You guys better be messing with me. I don't even understand how it's possible. No, 10 a.m. We're playing the Patriots at home. I know people. What am I, crazy? I know people who are going to the game. And it's MetLife. Why? People are scaring the hell out of me. Who is the London game, though? That's a good point. Let me go back. I don't know why I didn't want to figure that out. Oh, the Broncos Jaguars. Okay. They're both 2-5. That's crazy. That's crazy. Who would have guessed that? That the Broncos would be 2-5, playing for their lives against the Jaguars. Nick Nova, Jags and the dangerous team. I think they're both dangerous, to be honest. I think in the NFL, no win is easy or handed to you. Breaking news, Jets finally going to play the other good quarterback on the team, Streveler. Well, we'll see. He has to make it through being activated, which I'm sure they will. I'm just saying there's a slight outside chance, maybe, I doubt it, that Joe Douglas got paranoid that some team was going to poach him from the practice squad, so he had to protect him by activating him. But it's more likely that they're going to use him in the Wildcat. That's more likely of a theory. The problem is you don't think Bill Belichick, when he sees that and sees this guy suit up, he knows that. So we'll see. I gotta miss the second. Oh, yeah, we covered that. We covered that. How fast is this? I fell behind here. Italy. There's the Hill in St. Louis. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. There's a good history. I'll show you. I got you. It's funny because the whole world is changing. I joke around, but like when I was a kid, when you left the New York area, maybe in Philly you had some. Philly's gotten a million times better, but when I went to Philly, I didn't care. I bought hoagies and cheesesteak. But Philly's got great Italian restaurants now. The suburbs of Boston is like Brooklyn. I mean, amazing Italian restaurants, no problem there. Chicago had good Italian restaurants, not tons like New York, but they had them. There's a Little Italy in San Francisco, but in most cities or most around the country, you couldn't get Italian food when I was a kid. Now it's a different world. You go to any city, any real place, and there's just great food of all different types. It's like we're a chef world, cable TV and celebrity chef or whatever. Different chefs that, much, higher level chefs are going, they're like looking for cities that don't have good restaurants so they could be the first and, be the talk of the town. So, I'd rather be kicked in the stomach than a baby shower. Yeah, it's just absolutely insane. I was like, you just gotta say something to the guy. You gotta say, really? Nick Cannon's having another one. What, a baby? Oh, a baby shower. I hit the like. Thanks, Jim Bach. Bruce, what's going on? I'm being reported that you're activating Stradler. I feel like it's like deja vu. Like I'm continuing to hit the same ones every time. I'll even take divine intervention. I assume you're talking about winning the game. I know, right? I'm totally letting him do the jet mind trick on me. Totally. That's 100% what's happening. It's crazy. I'm going to be in my way to MetLife during the game. Oh, like, so you're going to go, are you going to the game and you're going to show up late? Like, what are you talking about? If Trevor Lawrence turns the ball over to the Broncos, Zach is better. Okay. That's your measuring stick. Go for it. I mean, it's something to measure and pay attention to, I guess. I like to do that. I like to see how quarterbacks do against the same teams. They activated him because there's a trade for one of the other quarterbacks. Have no sources, just a feeling in my bones. Oh, that's okay. Okay. You know, it could be that Joe Douglas got paranoid, though, right, Tigo? Is there a chance that he thought somebody was going to poach him and got nervous? Mike White to the Bucks, Tigo. Oh, to take over for Brady. So when does Zach have his first date with Giselle? I don't know. Vino, I think Flacco is the one leaving. Oh, that could make sense. No, I'm not watching the London game because I'll be driving to Metlife. I got it. Okay, you guys keep talking about that London game. I got to get used to that because this is I get yelled at when I talk about any other team. Suddenly, you guys are allowed to talk about the freaking Jacksonville game. I doubt. I mean, it's 2-5 teams. Let's move on. No, I'm just kidding. I doubt they are worried of a Streveler poach. He is honestly isn't that great of a backup option. Oh, you're gonna piss some people off with that comments. Tebow, there are people here who think that Streveler is should be our starter, that he's the best player on our team. So I don't know. You better be careful, man. You might get yourself in trouble. So tomorrow we're going to war. Okay, let's get some takes here. Let's get some predictions. Let's get some what do we got to do? So what do you think we got to do? What do you think? Let me see in the chat. What do you think is what's the key to the game tomorrow? Key to the game. Like if you had to pick one thing, what room has to show up on our team and dominate? I mean, it's a team game, but if you had to pick one that you really think needs to show up, that we can't win the game if they don't show up, who is it? Jeremy, just checking in. Would it be all right if I subscribe being a Dolphins fan? Of course, Daniel. One of my biggest followers is a Dolphin fan. We get plenty of Jet people who are not Jet fans. Daniel, you have reasonable, real discussions. You're someone that we could talk to, and that you don't come in here as a troll. So you're always welcome to come in here and ask questions about the Jets and say things about, like, if there's ever a move from the Dolphins, like they make a move and you're checking in to see if we know about it. We appreciate that. We want to know what's going on around the league, or to give us your take as a Dolphin fan when something happens for the Dolphins. It's always cool to hear like the perspective of another fan that's not a troll. You know, we got a lot of Ram fans here because of my relationship and friendship with Payo Time. We have a Kansas City Chief fan that's always here. We have a what other teams do we have, guys? Who am I forgetting? Grandizer is a Dolphin fan. So we have fans of other teams that hang out. And it's totally cool. You're totally welcome to hang out here because you're not a troll. You're a good dude. So I appreciate you, man. It's all love. That's right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for welcoming him. Make Daniel feel welcome. He's a good dude. He just, we like different teams. We grow up in different places. We have different experiences. So that's just the reality of the reality of the reality of the reality. At Talking Jets, Tigo, hey, Tigo, was Belichick about to steal Streveler for info? That's another thing I had forgot to mention that I thought the same thing, Barney Miller. I said, are they going to poach him? And do we have to, protect him to make sure he can't end up on New England? Because I could totally see that low-life, sleazy Belichick doing that. I could totally see it. I'm going to just cut to the chase. If Zach Wilson outplays Macaroni Jones, tough to see us losing. Oh, I like that take. Okay, if Zach Wilson plays well, I mean, we lose. I'm not going to be one of the ones that jump on the ship if he's not playing well, because the tape doesn't show that. The numbers aren't well. But if Zach Wilson all of a sudden puts up 260, 2 touchdowns, I can't see us losing that game. Right? So I doubt Strev knows the actual playbook. I don't know about that. I mean, he's there, man. Just because they're on the practice squad, they play at practice. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe Belichick would do it to play head games with us, right? I mean, I don't know. I think that it might be I think Tigo brought a third option that I honestly did not think of. I did not think of that as a possibility. The option of maybe we're trading one of our backup quarterbacks and maybe we needed to protect or get on the roster and have them rostered a quarterback for when that trade happens. I think that's a reasonable theory. But him coming in and playing the Wildcat, or at least making New England think he might, is also, a very good theory, a very possible thing that is not a huge reach, right? We're not, but there's a reason. There's a reason that all of a sudden we brought him up from the practice squad. I mean, there's a real legitimate decision that happened for a very specific reason. And I'm sure there's a better than 50% chance we will find out what that reason is. Zach having his breakout game against the Pats would be too perfect. That would be. I feel like that, he had mini breakout games though. Like I feel like, the Tennessee game was kind of a breakout game. And I kind of feel that, his fourth quarter against Pittsburgh was like a breakout kind of thing. But like for this year, for him to come back and shut everybody up against a team like New England where nobody expects it, if he was to put up 2 to 3 touchdowns and have his breakout 350-yard game, that would be pretty insane. If the Pats quarterback turn it over like they've been doing, game could catapult in our favor. Yeah, why not? They're gritty. Zach is more gritty. I agree. Mac Jones is a little girl. You tackled me, so I'm going to kick at you or grab your ankle. 2 times he's done that already, this kid. Who does this kid think he is? Tom Brady? I mean, it's like a New England thing that they have this arrogance that they could reach up and grab it at players who sack them or something. It's just little children. It's amazing. Guy already got the New England privilege in his head, and he's like in his second year. And he did it his first year against Carolina. Honestly, hate the Wildcat. Yeah, well, I mean, the Wildcat, I've seen it work for us a little bit, but, not to the point where, I mean, like I've seen some good plays, but overall it doesn't work. And you know why we say that? Because in the last 10 years that we've used the Wildcat, we stink. So we lose. We've done nothing but lose for 10 years. So, of course, we have a bad taste in our mouth about the Wildcat because anytime we used it, we lost. So why would we like the Wildcat and why would we want to see it? It doesn't make any sense. But we'll see. Yeah, maybe. Oh, you think maybe something's wrong with Mike White? Maybe he's just not looking good. Maybe Streveler is. Maybe Streveler just looks better. I have a history with the Patriots when my dad and I worked with the Rams while they were with St. Louis. Yeah, you've said this before, my friend. That Super Bowl cheating scandal with the camera guy walked through. Oh, wasn't that that was against them too? I thought they did that against Philly also, though, right? Did they do it against both teams? Yeah, look, that was the Jet coach at the time, Mangini, who routed them out. And he knew because he played under Belichick. So he knew that they're cheaters. So he routed them out. Mac thinks he's Brady's bro. Belichick should just tank the season and get a top 5 pick for a quarterback. I don't know. I don't think he's good. I think they like Mac Jones or Bailey Zapp. I don't know. I mean, I think Bailey Zapp really came to earth, but before the second half of Monday's game, I was getting nervous about Bailey Zapp. Viking security. What's going on? Vikings. I always think that you're a Vikings fan when I see that. Viking security. Maybe it's like a company or something. I don't know. But I always get thrown off and then remember, oh, no, you're a Jets fan. Italy Jet is saying 2001. Was that when you were born, kid? I like to remind him he's a kid. You're a kid. I loved it when him and his buddy were coming to the Metlife on the train or whatever. Like, he's the talker. Right? Italy's never shuts up. He's the mouth. He's the one that goes out to everybody. We got to be on each other's show. Hey, forget about it. I'm Italy Jet. Yo, I make cartoons of myself. Hey. And then his friend is just this quiet dude that's just like, it's funny. They compliment each other well. It's like best friend. You can tell they're like bros. They're like best friends. Bros. Do you guys live in New Jersey? Like he lives in St. Louis also? You found like another Jets fan in St. Louis? That's amazing. I just remember bringing Tebow in to run and it never working. Well, that's because they knew that's all that Tebow could do. Oh, I thought it happened against the Eagles too. I guess it was against the Rams. Okay. Because I thought the Eagles then went nuts and started saying it and accusing them too. I mean, who knows? Maybe he was doing it for years, right? We don't know how long he was doing it. It could have been going on forever. You think they both suck? I mean, Mac Jones looks like a different quarterback this year. Last year, I'm not saying he did anything spectacular, but he did everything that was asked of him. And for a rookie, he may have had potential to become a good quarterback. He regressed. I don't know why, but he did regress. He doesn't look like the same guy. And then Bailey Zapp had some good games, but I guess, New England has a system that could make a quarterback look good. But if you break the system, like Chicago did, he wasn't able to overcome it like they were used to with years of Brady. Like Brady, even if you broke the system, most of the time or a lot of the time still would have been able to do something because he was Brady. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to define any quarterback completely at this point. I'm the only one Jets fan in my area of tons of New York Rangers fans though. So you're in an area that doesn't have Jets fans, but has Ranger fans? I wonder where that is. You should tell us. John Minihard. Let's hope the refs will be fair. That's a big hope, right? Because that's not felt like they've been very fair. Has not felt like we've had a lot of fair refereeing. But I don't know if that comes from our brains as Jet fans, but I kind of feel like it's true. I mean, I feel like other teams are allowed to hit us out of bounds and the flag. I feel like if we touch anybody, there is a flag. I feel like Carl Lawson gets held all the time and it's never called. I feel like Mims touched somebody on his way out for a pass and were blocked and got called for pass interference, and it was a ridiculously bad call. So I got to ask Dom C. I haven't talked to Dom about it. He's the expert. He looks at the all 22, but I didn't see the pass interference from what I could tell. So I don't know. Hopefully we will get some fair refereeing. I don't think anything changes. Pat's pass defense is good, so we should see the Jets screen over the middle a lot. Well, I hope they go over the middle a lot. We got Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, Berrios. I mean, we have guys that can do that, right? And even Mims can go 15, 20 yards and then across the middle of the field and make a big jumping contested play. He can go up and get it. So why not? Does Belichick get fired if the Pats have a losing season? No, he's royalty. He'll never be fired there. He'll go on his own accord. He's like 72 or he'll something like that. He will never be fired. That's my opinion. They would never fire him. He's royalty there. He's done too much. He's just done too much. And last year he made the playoffs even without Brady. So why would they fire? Like, who would they have? Like, who'd they have ready? They lost the guy that was supposed to replace him because he stayed around too long. That guy's coaching the Raiders, and we got to see if he's able to keep his job. Jim Page, I live in New England. I need this win. They are so spoiled here. Yeah, they're really spoiled. I hope you get it, man. Good luck, man. It's like I feel like the same for Buffalo. You guys live in enemy territories, so it's not easy. John is going to be more than mini hard if the Jets win, though. Talking about John Nolte. I wouldn't be surprised. Salty Nolte. I don't know if he still can, though, Buffalo. Oh, I gotta stop. That's so bad. Salty Nolte's going to get me for that one. I'm in the Pocono Mountains. Oh, really? Nothing but Philly. Oh, wow. Check this out. Do you know Milford, Pennsylvania? Milford, Pennsylvania. There's a little community called Gold Key Lake. I grew up and spent my first 15 summers in Gold Key Lake, Hughes Johnson. And we used to drive to Port Jervis because Milford had like a little Grand Union, but that's it. So we go to Port Jervis where there was a big Jamesway and a huge shopping center. I mean, it's all different now. But also, when you came through that area by Port Jervis near that shopping center, in June, you'd get the best corn on the cob in the world, the sweetest, perfect corn right over there. And, man, I love the Poconos. We used to go to Child's Park where the waterfalls are and have lunch with my family. Used to go there. Love the Poconos, man. I mean, I grew up every summer there. My aunt left my parents' country house, like a house up in the Poconos, up in Gold Key Lake in Milford, Pennsylvania. And I had a great childhood. It helped build to my childhood having that. Having a place to go in the hot New York summer, get out, go up to the country. They are missing one of their most important defensive backs. Yes, their safety who stops the run is missing. Also, their defensive tackle who stops the run. See that, Tigo? I know things too. Is Bill trying to tank this year? I doubt it. Why would he do that? I mean, I guess it's possible, but even if he was trying to tank this year, if he was only going to win 2 more games this year, he wants it to be against the Jets. He, for whatever reason, because we barely have ever taken anything from him, he hates us. He just wants to pound us. He hates us like no other. Bill Belichick hates the Jets. So he's not tanking against us. He hates us. He despises us. I think the Jets could be Belichick's last season. He doesn't have another long quarterback search for him. Yeah, he definitely doesn't have time for another long rebuild. He's like 72. And if he does, he's stupid. I mean, just go live your life. Be an analyst. Work once a week in a booth or something in a studio. And then go live your life. You're sitting in a room planning plays and recruiting. It's all year these guys go. You're rich and you're in your early 70s. It's so stupid. I don't care how much you say you like it. Try something else. Take a cruise. See Greece. Go to Croatia. And I promise you'll be happy that you did. You got to be so foolish to just do this until you're old and not able to do anything. So dumb. Retire already. Not that I care about you so much, but come on. John Minihard, you live in New Hampshire. Oh, I get it. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, so a lot of New England fans, but also some Ranger fans. That's interesting. Going to the game tomorrow. It's my first one. That's amazing, Oscar. I hope they win for you, buddy. I really, really hope they win for you. Have a great time. If you're in the parking lot, if you don't have plans, if you're not bringing your own food or anything like that, you could go to the Jets Lounge on Twitter or just Google Jets Lounge or the Jets Lounge. And they'll tell you where you could buy a ticket. It's very cheap. It's like the cheapest tailgate party there is. It's like, I think $30 or something. But it's like tons of food. Like the CEO, New York Stock Exchange, Brooklyn Stock Exchange or whatever. He cooks sausage and peppers. They bring fresh mozzarella. There's beer. There's water. There's drinks. There's this. There's that. It's a great time. So if you're interested, you should check it out. We went for the opener and it was a great time. I'm actually going to Milford tomorrow afternoon. Cool. Tell me, is Lore's Hardware still open? I remember it used to be right in town by the Grand Union. There used to be a Lore's Hardware store, but then they moved onto, I forget the name of the road that they moved onto, like 209 or something. They moved onto a road that goes towards Port Jervis. And they opened up this giant store that was much bigger than the little Lore's Hardware store that used to be right on the road that you would turn to take the road to Milford, to Gold Key Lake. But Milford was such a small town back then, and they had this one little pizza place, and it was so bad. But the Grand Union had rotisserie chicken back before Costco and before people knew about rotisserie chicken, and my family loved it. Maybe Streveler is going to be more RPO than anything else. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Happy Halloween to everyone around the world. Grandizer, what is going on, my friend? Good to see you. Michael Lando, my ex-mother-in-law lived there. Oh, cool. Okay, I think you're talking about Milford, Pennsylvania, right? Your ex-mother-in-law. Oh, I have an ex-mother-in-law. So I know what that means. It's beautiful out here. Lots of people moving here lately. Yeah, a lot of that. There's a lot of that, especially after the pandemic. But even before, there was the Milford area actually was growing. The Poconos area, for example, was growing because years ago it started to grow because there was rumors of a speed train that was going to be a very fast train, and that made people go crazy because there are plenty of people who'd love to live in the mountains and be able to drive to like a parking lot and get on a train that gets you into the city in like an hour. And if you look at the trains at Europe, if you do a speed train, that's not really very, very feasible to do that. You'd have a train that maybe makes a few stops, and within an hour, you're in, Penn Station or something. Milford must be Zach Wilson's favorite place. That's funny. Michael Lando. Yes, enough of him. Bill was waiting for Jimmy to squirm free. Weed the people. I'll be at the game tomorrow, effing amped. Let's go Jets. Well, let's go you, weed the people. I love it. Root hard, be loud, be proud, and have a good time, man. I hope they win for you. Welcome to the channel. Just feels so good to have compassionate people charge of this team again. Yeah, it is good to have people you can respect and like, you know? If you were wondering, Strev was all read and run plays, and yeah, I mean, no, we don't. We just want Zach to play well. That's what we want. Milford is huge now. Still a nice little town, but they definitely leveled up. Laughing out loud, they have a Walmart and everything. It's probably so different than I remember. It was. I took my wife about 10 years ago. Somewhere around there. I took her 10 years ago. We were in Monticello, and, we were in Sullivan County. And I said, let's go. It's a 45-minute drive. Let me show you the house I grew up, in the summer in. And I took her and I went through, and I remember it looking different. I remember being shocked. Like, there were bigger places, and it was different. It used to be a very cute little town. And now it's more blocks, but the resident blocks are very cute, like very nice. It's a very nice feel. If you don't want to live in the mountains, but you live out there, like in Milford, I remember behind the supermarket and everything, there were actually streets and beautiful little homes with yards and fences, and it felt really nice. I liked it. We did not get the bullet train. I know it never happened, but it was supposed to happen. It was supposed to happen. I'm with Ulbrich on this one. I've been looking forward to this. Man, I can't wait. So what do we got here? Getting ready to go. You can see I'm yawning already. Big Elijah Day more tomorrow. I hope so, man. I hope so. I hope Elijah goes nuts tomorrow. That would be great. Because that means that Zach is going nuts. If Elijah goes nuts, that means Zach is going nuts. But anyway, it is time for dinner. It's 7:17 here, and I haven't eaten, and I already cooked, and a really delicious kielbasa, and it is downstairs. I'm going to reheat it up. I made it because my wife didn't want to wait, so I cooked her dinner. But it's waiting for me, and it's time for me to eat something, because I'm hungry, so that happens. But anyway, I appreciate everybody who's here. Just a reminder, you have a good night too, my friend. Just a reminder, so everybody knows. Tomorrow, 9:45 Eastern, Green Bean Jets fan, or you could watch it at the Jet Nation. We are going to be hosting the live watch party. It's a lot of fun. You get to watch me go absolutely out of my mind. And we have a good time. We hang out. We talk football. We talk Jets. We watch the game. We react to the game. Make sure a lot of you already know about it, but if you don't know about it, you might want to check it out. Green Bean Jets fan on YouTube. Check it out. Guys, if you haven't, do me a favor. If you like the content and you like the show, then definitely sub to the channel. If you want to hit like, if you haven't, hit the like button for this. That's great. But I appreciate that. That's the best way to support the channel. So I appreciate it if you can do that. And everybody have an amazing Saturday night. Get a good night's sleep because tomorrow is going to be awesome. Take care, everybody. I will leave you with, what am I going to leave you with? I'm going to leave you with the Metlife promo.
We are live. We got Harry W. We got Richie from Jets Media, Matt O'Leary, Iowa Jets fan, Rue in the house. We got Dom C in the house. We got Steve, live, CEO of the Jet Lounge. So I knew I'd get rich on my channel. See what's going on. Yeah, there we go.
Jets by 1 million today.
Yeah.